Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well, and today this is quite a bit different of a video for me to make on my channel, but I wanted to talk about my experience that I've had with OnePlus customer support. So I guess a good start for this video would be this OnePlus 12 I had purchased from a friend earlier this year. I think it was like mid-March, and it has pretty much been my daily driver. I really like the OnePlus 12. If you haven't seen my review, go watch that video. So I did not purchase this phone directly from OnePlus, but when I purchased the OnePlus Open for review, that is where things kind of took a turn. And I had seen lots of other stories online in the comments section of other YouTube videos, people talking about OnePlus customer support is not good and they've had a bad experience. And most of the time I was just neutral on that, because I had not had any experience to speak of myself with OnePlus, so I was just kind of neutral on the subject. After reviewing the OnePlus Open and deciding I did not like it personally, I decided to return the device, and that's where this whole story starts. So initially I had set up the return for the OnePlus Open in the OnePlus Store app, and it went pretty smoothly, and it said within 48 hours I should receive a return shipping label, so I waited that 48 hours. Did not receive the shipping label, so I reached out to customer service, told them what was going on, told them I had not received the shipping label, and they told me to wait another 48 hours for the shipping label. So again, I waited, and my frustration was slowly building up, and I had to end up reaching out a third time to get the shipping label, and I was a little more adamant in my chat support. So the second time I reached out, or I guess it would be the first time, it was over chat support, and the second time I reached out, it was over chat support. But technically it was the third time I had not received the shipping label. So I didn't get it from the return I set up in the store app, didn't get it the second time I had reached out to the chat support. But on the third time, I was a little more adamant and told them, hey, this is like my third time not receiving the shipping label. So before that chat had ended, I received the shipping label. It was a pretty detailed email, and I do appreciate the details of how to properly package the device for return. One of the things I thought was pretty weird, let me pull up this email and show it to you guys. So if you take a look at the subject field, when you get an email and you can see kind of what the subject is about, the emails from OnePlus, the subject field just said FIH. And I know that seems insignificant right now. It'll all make sense at the end of this story. So I shipped my device out on the 27th of August, okay? And I actually reached out, I think sometime last week, and asked them what was going on, how long it usually takes to process the device. They said 3 to 5 business days. So if we take a look at the calendar here, I sent that out on the 27th, or no, sorry, they received it on the 27th. Sorry about that. So if you start with the 28th, 1, 2, 3 business days, there's the weekend, there's Labor Day, let's not count that. 4, 5, that's 5 business days on the 4th of September, and today is Sunday the 8th, and I still have not received my refund from the OnePlus Open return. So now that I've had an experience like this with OnePlus, a lot of the other stories I've seen online make a lot more sense. And I'm making this video to let you guys know, just beware. It's like if a friend were to ask me, what do I think of OnePlus devices? I would tell them how I feel about the OnePlus Open and the OnePlus 12, because that's the devices I have experience with. But I would say, hey, beware of the customer service. Be prepared to have a bit of a fight with them if you are to return a device for a refund or even get it repaired. And so circling back around to the subject line of this email just saying FIH, I think that's just a lack of professionalism. If you're running a business, there needs to be more professionalism in the email. Look at this one right here. This says OnePlus-service. That looks a lot more professional in the subject line instead of FIH. And so if you didn't really know, you'd be scrolling through your inbox and you might think that's spam, and you just click on it and hit delete, right? Because FIH, what kind of subject line is that, So the last time I had spoke to the OnePlus support agent over chat. I pretty much knew the information they would be asking for, and that was my return ID. And then, of course, they asked for like my name and phone number, things like that, I guess to search it up in the system. But I already knew that they would need the return ID, so I provided that. And, you know, they said, bear with me, wait just a few minutes. They come back, and I had to remind them what we were chatting about. So again, I had to say, did you check on that return for me? And they asked for the tracking number, and so I provided that, and they said, yes. Oh, I can see here now that it was delivered on the 27th. It takes 3 to 5 business days for the service department to look over the device for damages and things like that to process a refund. So I'm not sure what's going on with OnePlus. I think they need to work on their internal communication. It's because during the last time I spoke to them over chat, I asked the agent, you know, what's my full refund going to be? And they couldn't even tell me. They said that those details would come in an email from the service department, right? Which is weird. Why can't these departments communicate with each other? So I believe there's a lack of communication internally. They need to work on communicating with one another. The emails need more work, right? If you're going to run a tight ship, you know, as the saying goes, you need to have these things in place. Good communication, good email etiquette, right? And I have not received any emails. If I did not save the shipping label that they emailed me for the return, if I had not saved that to my phone to track it myself to see when they had received it, I would not have known, because they didn't send any emails like, hey, we've received your device and here's what's going on. Nothing like that. And that is not how you run a customer service. That's just really disappointing for me, because I really like the OnePlus 12. It's one of my favorite devices I've ever used. If you guys haven't seen my last few videos, Wi-Fi calling for some reason has stopped working on my OnePlus 12 like 2 months ago. I've tried everything in the world. I even recently put in a new SIM card and moved my number to the new SIM card. That didn't work either. So this is just my warning to you guys. Like I would tell a family member or a friend, just beware. This is nothing like, hey, let's boycott OnePlus customer service. Let's not buy their devices or anything like that. But just a warning. You know, this has been my experience. Everyone's experience is different. But it has me thinking more in the future what kind of device I want to go with. Because, you know, I was a bit excited for the OnePlus 13. I still kind of am. But this experience has me questioning if I even want to buy a OnePlus device in the future. So I think, unfortunately, what it's going to come down to is me contacting my credit card company and bringing them into this equation and letting them know what's going on. Because tomorrow will be the 8th business day. So, and no refund in sight, no emails from them. That's just not how you run a customer service. It should not have to take someone reaching out that as much as I have to get updates on a return, right? I feel like that's a pretty common thing for people to do, is if they don't like a device, return it. That's a very common transaction, and it should not be this difficult, right? They need to do more work internally about sending emails when the device is received, sending emails about what's going on, and I'm not even sure what happened the first time when I set up the return in the app. So I really don't know what to say about that. I mean, but that is, I feel like that is a common transaction for people to do, is to return something. So this has been the worst experience I've had in many years with a tech company over a phone, over anything, really, anything tech related. It's been the worst customer service experience I've had. But let me know what you guys think. I really appreciate you watching, and I will catch you in the next video.